So this culture clinic is based on the election tension that we all feel. Not necessarily not based on who you're voting for, but the election tension. And so when we talk about tension, what we're talking about is anxiety, anger, excitement. These are emotions, right? And so whenever we're dealing with emotions, specifically something of this magnitude, we want to make sure that we hammer home and instill our three pillars, right? Hyper focus. How does that apply to this? Is that I want you guys to be hyper focused on what you see going on around you in this next 24 hours, and also what you may say about it. And not just say to yourself or say to somebody else, but what you may share about your opinion, right? I want you to be hyper focused on what you see and what you say. And so in order to do that, you have to have a certain amount of emotional intelligence, right? If you're upset or you're happy with the results that end up coming out, be emotionally intelligent in regards to how you react, how you manage that energy. It's very important. And then specifically, no matter what happens Tuesday, no matter what happens when the results come out, specifically as students, you already are resilient. So you don't have to prepare yourself to be more resilient, right? You've already been in a space for this last 6 months of resilience, right? And so no matter what happens, you will already be this and you will continue to be this, right? So specifically, what does that mean? It means you are going to grow where you're planted. What does that mean? All right? Right now, you're planted in COVID. Right now, you're planted in election tension. Right? Right now, you're planted in remote learning. Right? Grow where you're planted. Whatever happens on Tuesday or Wednesday, that's going to be where you're planted. Where you're planted now, this is going to add to where you're planted. But you're still going to have to continue to grow. You're going to have to continue to grow. What we want to focus on, right? Because no matter what happens outside of you being able to vote, you're not in control of what happens with the election. And so you won't be in control of what happens after. What you will be in control of is yourself. And so I want you guys to control what you can control, which brings me back to hyper focus, emotional intelligence, right? You can control your emotions, or you can vet your emotions, right? If you feel a certain way with the outcome, process and vet your emotions, right? With a level of hyper focus, so that before you share your feelings about it, you properly have assessed and processed how you feel. So when you deliver the message, it's clear and concise to your point, and more so, it's able to empower somebody else. In order for you to grow where you're planted, an essential part of that is knowing your purpose. What is your purpose? Where is your purpose? You are your purpose. You are the purpose, right? And so you're going to figure that out, but I want you to look through a lens of what happens in the next 24 hours as a moment to help you define and streamline what you think your purpose is, right? Okay? Like we said, we want to fully vet our feelings, right? Because our feelings sometimes can be erratic. Sometimes, depending on how low we go, we can flatline, right? So we want to fully vet how we feel, right? And then we want to bring it back to fully vetting everything we see and we say. And from all of that, we should then create some actionable items that have been fully vetted and are not emotionally based, right? Again, what questions to ask yourself? What's my purpose? Where is my purpose? I am my purpose, right? You are purpose. So let that sink in for a little bit. When you compare your purpose to someone else's purpose, it's no longer your purpose, right? And so let's use this time of election tension to realize that we're going to grow where we're planted, regardless of the outcome, either which way. We're not going to allow it to define us, and nor so we're not going to allow it for it to trick us off the streets. Be emotionally intelligent with your decisions moving forward. You focus on those pillars, anywhere on God's green earth, you double your worth.